This is Frank Buglioni, British light heavyweight champion. I'm with Pep Talk UK. Shout out to them.
Pep Talk UK. It's time!
Everyone talk good game, but it don't really faze me. The man that ain't mad like Max, the boy that not murky like Ace B. And them guy walk the slide on the back bar in like a baby.
Oi, oi! Welcome to the Pep Talk UK Sports Podcast, the podcast that talks the major boxing and football news from around the globe, real points of view from a real panel. Hashtag real talk on Pep Talk. Please subscribe to Pep Talk UK on iTunes and YouTube. Don't forget to like, share and comment. Now I'm your host, Frankie B, and I'm joined by a sick panel. Firstly, I'd like to welcome from the capital city of France, Paris, Pascal. How are ya?
Bonsoir, bonjour à tout le monde. Pascal est de retour. I'm back in the building. Frankie B back in the building like Jay-Z.
Did you have a good weekend?
Very good weekend. Very relaxed. You know, I went to the Seine and had a glass of Bordeaux with Delphine.
Yeah.
And it was very good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Any red roses for Delphine?
Oh, red roses. I gave it a lot more than that, Frankie B, but it's too hard to talk about it.
We'll keep it cordial, yeah? We'll keep it cordial. Hey, we got a new film out on the horizon this week. Tupac. All eyes on me.
Machiavelli in this Illuminati.
Yeah, is it coming out in France this week as well?
It's coming out in France. You know, we're very big Tupac fans in France. You know, for us, he was a prophet. He influenced a lot of the rappers, you know, Booba, Rof, Caris, a lot of the rappers that we listen to here in Paris. And, you know, we look forward to the movie, you know.
Yeah, I mean, in your eyes, who was better, Tupac or Biggie? That's the big debate.
Oh, that's an hard one.
For me, it's undeniable that Tupac is the better rapper.
Oh,
because,
wow.
You know, it certainly is. For me, Tupac had everything. You know, he could give you the conscious rap, he could give you the gangster rap, and at the same time, his catalog of music is far better than what Biggie ever produced. But Biggie also is a master, you know, orator, and you know, he's I can understand why a lot of people respect Biggie, prefer Biggie, but for me, Tupac was the all-round rapper.
But the thing is, Biggie, he showed you how to wear Versace, mate.
Well, you know, Tupac also wore Versace, you know, and Tupac told you about to be a thug, you know, I told you about thug life.
Right. Yeah, thug life on the stomach, right? The tattoo.
California Love, of course, you know, he showed you how to do a lot of things. So, but you know, I mean, there are songs for me like Dear Mama, you know, Brenda's Got a Baby. Those songs are for me, you know, everlasting songs, you know, that teach you a lot about the problems in America and the system in America not being fair. You know, but also Tupac was a real OG, as they say. You know, he shot at police officers. He went to prison. He also wrote some of the best lyrics in hip hop history. To me, is undeniable. He's the Sugar Ray Robinson of the rap music.
Haha, Machiavelli the Dawn. Right, Pascal, you want to shout out your social media so we can keep it moving?
Of course, social media, mesdames et messieurs, Pascal_Desad à Paris. Please follow me. Merci.
Sweet as a nut. Now finally, next up is a lifelong West Ham fan that happens to be the super middleweight WBU and WBC Confederations champion, George.
Hit hard, kill yard.
Oh wow, hit hard. Hey, I don't want to be hit hard, mate, so, you know, I'll just go along with what you say, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And, so, let's crack on and fire away with your questions.
Yeah, so what's going on with you boxing-wise? I know you've got some big things out there that's pending.
Yeah, my next one's on the 2nd of September at Troxy in London, against the American champion, Dashion Johnson. I can't say too much until contracts have been signed, but I win that, which I should do, and lead on to, never know, maybe lead on to the big boys. So that's where we are at the moment. Until contracts get signed, I can't really shout my mouth off and do nothing just yet.
So what about training? How's training going?
Training's going good. Twice a day training sessions with a run in the nights, in the evening. So everything's going to plan, and it's just ticking along nicely.
No Marmite and toast in the mornings, no?
No, I'm trying to leave the bread out of it now. So I'm like, gotta be strict. You know, with me, I love me food. So I only have to walk past McDonald's when I put weight on.
Just like Tyson Fury, he loves his food too, mate. He loves his Nando's.
Yeah. So I love me food. There's no denying that.
Like, what are you hoping to achieve by the end of 2017?
By the end of this year, I want to be fighting for one of the bigger major titles. Even though I've got the WBC Confederation World title and the WBU International, and I'm also a British Masters Light Middleweight champion. I want to fight for the WBC, WBA, and IBF. Mm-hmm. So you get, so start putting some money in the bank now. Start, because obviously I've got a documentary coming out, and so it's just now starting to start putting the puzzle, the jigsaw all together to make it complete.
Wicked. George, you want to shout out your social media?
Twitter is George Hittard, and then my Instagram as well is George Hittard, and my Facebook, I've got 2 Facebooks, but listen, it's pointless. They're completely full up now, so I can't even add anyone onto that. But I've got a fan page, if you like it. It's called George Hittard as well. So it keeps you up to date with everything coming on, and I've got a new website coming out that's going to be called Triple H, because it's Hittard Hilliard. So Hittard Hilliard. So it's just it's in the process of being all done at the moment. So some exciting things happening. So so we'll keep plugged in.
That's it. Keep plugged into the champ. Right.
Some exciting things happening.
Big up. Ladies and gents, for the fight fans locked in, for the football fans locked in, now it's time for some real talk on Pep Talk. Let's go! Right, we're going to get into the boxing. Yup. So we're going to start with the breaking news this week is that Hughie Fury will fight the WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker September the 23rd at the Manchester Arena.
Yeah.
Now, Pascal, somebody's has got to go.
Of course.
What do you reckon?
My money is on. That's a very good question.
It is quite even. It is quite even, in fact.
It's a bit even, yes. It's a bit even because, I was watching Hughie Fury, sparring and, and training quite recently. And he has a very good jab, He has a very good strong jab.
Wicked jab.
Very, very good jab, And, I'm a very big fan of boxers who can apply the jab very well.
That's right, the technicians.
Looking at Joseph Parker last time to defense, against the Romanian, I wasn't
the former sparring partner.
Yes, Frankie, but I wasn't wild at all, It was quite a ball test, to be honest with you. It was a bit boring. And, perhaps, Joseph Parker fought in a very small place, and to be honest with you, for a heavyweight champion, he certainly did not have the stage that he deserved. So will he perform better in Manchester? And let's not forget, there's a very big Kiwi population in England, so he will certainly have a big support, from the all Blacks over there, and I don't mean the people that live in Moss Side, I mean the New Zealand supporter, and And, you know, it could be a very interesting atmosphere, you know, just like when England played New Zealand in the rugby, it's always very, very, you know, charged, you know, and very dramatic. So I expect Joseph Parker to come here to fight, you know, to come to England to fight. And Fury will have to, you know, will have to be on his A game because, you know, he's certainly fighting a champion. You know, Joseph Parker has a good amateur pedigree. You know, the reason why I know him very well is because he fought Tony Yoka in the World Championships. You know, and Tony Yoka beat him. So he's got good amateur background. You know, and so has Hughie Fury. So I think it's going to be a very good fight. You know, but if I'm brutally honest, you know, Tyson Fury did predict this before that Hughie Fury will be one day become world champion. So I'm going with Tyson Fury, and I'm going with Hughie Fury to beat Joseph Parker.
I agree. If when the last time I watched Fury was when we went to Monte Carlo and he boxed on the Triple G v Martin Murray, and he boxed on that and he weren't very entertaining to watch. But I believe that he will be if Pacquiao's last fight, it was very boring, very predictable. But if Hughie Fury sticks to the jab and keeps everything nice and long, and how we expect him to do it, I reckon he would cruise to a late stoppage or an easy points decision.
That's possible, you know. That's possible. You know, I expect that, you know. I mean, I don't think that Joseph Parker will be knocked out. I think that Fury will box to, you know, I think
box the victory.
Yeah, but
if you watch Pacquiao's last, the way he boxed last time, he was very predictable, very one-dimensional.
Who, Parker?
You know, he was like,
yeah, Parker. He leaves himself fairly exposed. I've noticed.
Yeah, he does. And one thing about Hughie Fury is he has got a dig on him, and even though he's not a concussive puncher. But if you're going to leave yourself open to them kind of punches, then you're asking for trouble. Yeah, you
might be eating jab sandwich all night.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if depends what kind of referee you've got as well. If you're taking too much punishment and not giving nothing back, then the referee will step in and stop it.
Everyone's getting stopped early these days, mate. What do you think about that, George?
For health reasons. It's the reason, because there's more and more people getting hurt now.
Yeah, like Blackwell.
And the reason like Blackwell, and good friends with Blackwell, but the reason being is, what a lot of people are doing now is, if you're 14, they walk around 14 and a half stone, and then they fight at 11 stone.
They carve
and you're
up.
Yeah, you're like, why are you doing that to your body? If you're a professional boxer, and I did this, I thought, when I was growing up, I idolised Ricky Hatton and James Toney. So, when you see them two athletes outside of the ring, eating McDonald's and walking down the road with a pizza in their hand, you think, I can do that? It's very, very simple. I'm a professional boxer, so I should act professional at all times.
Yeah.
So, if no one puts a gun to my head and says, look, you've got to eat this and you've got to drink this and you've got to, you know, I'm my own person. So if I want something bad enough, I will do whatever it takes to eat correct, do everything correctly, to progress into the next chapter of making something. No, not living the high life with my mates down the pub. It don't put money in my pocket.
Back to Hughie Fury versus Joseph Parker. Now, George, is Hughie Fury really ready to step up to the world level?
My personal opinion, no. He's not. But do you know what is?
He hasn't really fought anyone, to be honest. But neither has Joseph Parker.
Very true. So, what encourages me as well? How they both get this shot? Right, that tells you that the division is crying out for someone that needs a little superstar in that division.
Joshua.
So, yes, well, Joshua is the main man.
Yeah.
And seeing him in the gym and
it's a beast.
Do you know what? Not just for a big man who's 6'6", he shouldn't be doing things that I can do at a lighter weight. he's so athletic, he's unbelievable.
I hear Anthony Joshua picks up cars and does like bicep curls with like a car.
I've heard it, but I haven't seen it. And yeah, so, but it is. There was a talk in the gym that he did pick a car up and put it on 2 wheels.
Wow.
You wouldn't like to meet the man in the dark alley, would you, on your own?
Definitely not in Watford either. Not in Watford either, mate. But Pascal, they're saying that, well, amongst a lot of boxing fans, they're saying that Joseph Parker is the weakest champion. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
I would certainly say so. I mean, let's make the rounds. We've got Deontay Wilder, WBC champion. We have Anthony Joshua, who is the IBF champion, Super WBA champion, and what is the IBO world champion. Tyson Fury is the Ring magazines. I believe the belt is still with him. And then we now have Joseph Parker, who's the WBO champion. So certainly out of the 4 that I've mentioned, he's the weakest link. Goodbye, you know. So, I mean, if he were to fight Deontay Wilder would beat him. I mean, there was talk of Wilder unifying with Parker because Wilder identified him as the weakest of the 3. You know, if he goes into the ring with Tyson Fury, he loses. If he goes into the ring with AJ, he loses. So, you know, I certainly believe that he's the weakest of the champion. And for Fury, for him, is just an opportunity to get to the world level. You know, in an easy route. You know, he's certainly using the fast route to world championship. Does he deserve it? I mean, to be honest, ever since that Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko in Germany, the division has been opened, and it's almost like, do you ever remember watching Dragon Ball Z with the Dragon Balls? And as soon as you make a wish, Dragon Balls go to different places, and Goku has to go and find them again. You know, it's like that. You know, everybody.
So can I ask?
Oui, John?
Who do you think right now is the person that could potentially beat Anthony Joshua?
Dubois.
Sorry?
Dubois.
Danny Dubois.
Daniel Dubois.
You reckon?
Dubois is very good. 19 years old.
No. I know. Very. But do you think he's the man that would beat Anthony Joshua?
You know, George, I was listening to a very old tape when, you know, Mike Tyson became world champion, the youngest at 21 years old. And I promise you, Daniel Dubois came into my mind because he can potentially beat the record set by Mike Tyson, you know. Tyson was 21 years old. Daniel Dubois is only 19 years old, and he's built like a house, you know. If Daniel Dubois was to fight Parker, I think Daniel Dubois will win.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, with me, as I went to New York and trained out in New York, and there was this black man about 5'12", 5'11", 5'12". Now they called him Babyface Miller. And
okay, yeah, big baby.
Right?
Yeah,
big baby, yeah. And I was sitting there watching him, and we become such good friends. And I was sitting there, I was thinking, wow, this geezer is actually really good. It's like, people don't see what the only thing with him, he doesn't live the life of a professional athlete. He's got that party life of, you know, sleeping around and like drinking, going to the clubs, but he's so talented. It's like unbelievable. I genuinely believe that he could be the man that will beat Anthony Joshua.
Wow.
Babyface Miller.
Big baby, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you think he'll gas out though? He looks a bit top heavy. Don't you think he'll gas out in like later rounds with Joshua?
Well, this is the thing. When I watched him spar, I looked at him, I thought, because he's quite heavy, and he's only just under 6 foot. He's tall, but he's not
stocky.
Very tall.
Yeah.
So,
hold on, I think we've got a call coming in. Pestar, is that you?
Yes, it's me in the building. What's good, my people?
How you doing?
Yes,
we've got a surprise call from another panelist coming on the show. It's John Harden Jr.
Yes,
in the superstar. How you doing, bro?
Yes, my bro. How you doing, man? A long time I've been waiting to get talks on the show, man. What's good, man?
Yeah, it's all good round here. We're just talking a bit of Huey Fury versus Joseph Parker.
Ooh, Huey Fury. Oh, hey, we said I've called just at the right time.
At the right time.
Oh my God. Is it my turn to talk? Can I have a say on this?
That's right. I mean, before you do, obviously just plug your fight that's happening in July, end of July, and how the listeners can get tickets.
Okay, yeah. My fight's on July the 23rd, which is at York Hall under Dove Promotions, Make or Break. A lot of excitement that's going to be there. You're going to see a lot of fireworks. If you want tickets, feel no way to just DM me, message me, or message the Pep Talk. They'll get hold of me, and I'll get the tickets to you. Ring size are £60 and £35 for unreserved.
Yeah. What about your social media, Pesta?
Oh yeah, social media Pesta Superstar. Hit me up, follow me. Same thing on Snapchat and everything else. DM me, and yeah, man, I'll get to work. You'll see my lifestyle, man.
All right, we're gonna get straight into it now. Now, Pesta,
yes,
nothing
bro.
long. Who wins, Huey Fury or Joseph Parker?
You know what? Yeah, I got my man Fury.
Fury, yeah.
Fury's too slick with it, man. I love his movement as a heavyweight, man. There ain't much really like Fury at the moment. I think that, I don't know, because we're focused so much on the Joshua, the Wilders, and Dylan White and all the rest, and Bellew coming into the mix. We've not really taken time to notice Fury. And plus he's almost like the understudy of Tyson Fury. So we're always looking at Tyson. We forget Fury has just creeped up as a #1 contender to the WGO. He ain't just done that overnight. He worked his way up while we're noticing everyone else. So I think Fury he's going to surprise people, man. I think on the big stage he's going to show his skills, and he has got that movement, man.
Have you seen his movement in the ring? It's a bit like Chris Brown, when he's at the BET Awards. The way he just bobs and moves, and it's Chris Brown-esque, mate.
Yeah, he's got that rhythm about him, man. You know what I mean? He's got that nice little two-step electric slide with him there, like take back cannon there. You know what I mean? He's got that, B. That's what I'm saying, bro. So,
all right. So just to conclude, so Pascal, you're going for
Huey Fury.
Huey Fury. George, you're going for
Huey Fury.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Pesta's Huey Fury.
You said it for me, but it's Huey Fury, definitely.
Wow.
And the new.
Wow, that's a clean sweep. Right, we're going to have to move on. This weekend is the return of the Pac-Man. Manny Pacquiao returns to take on the great Australian hope. Jeff Horn, shall I say? Jeff Horn. Now, Pascal.
Wait.
This fight's kind of gone under the radar. It's kind of gone down under, if you know what I mean.
It
has,
It has. Frankie B, I almost forgot about the fight, I almost forgot about it because, Pacquiao is a very big draw. I mean,
the names on his resume. Ridiculous.
It's in Australia as well, isn't it?
Oui, in Australia.
Yeah.
Brisbane.
So
they're neighbours and home and away.
I just don't understand the point of this fight. Where is it going to go? Because there's only one person that can win out of this, win or lose.
Cake.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah. And he's Pacquiao. Yes, of course. It's for me, it's a world tour. He's doing a bit of a, exhibition fight somewhere, to make a bit of money. Because we all know the outcome is going to be.
This is where
his grandkids,
this was just a money fight, man. It's just a money, and another win under his belt, and just still staying on and pushing his legacy, I think.
Is it true he's getting $10 million for this?
I heard that.
Something along that figure. Yep.
Yes, of course, yes. And ESPN also showing the fight also, they're televising it to a much bigger audience. So yes, it's big money.
Yeah.
Pesta, you think this fight is for retirement fund for his grandkids in the future?
So it's the way you just kindly said it. Do you think well, there's lots of everyone now. It's all about the money now. It's like they forgot about the supporters and the fans. It's about what can you leave boxing with, and that's what it seems like. And it's looking like, that's what it looks like. You know what?
No disrespect. Rightly so. Listen, I don't
to get punched in the face. I
want to win titles, 100%. Right, and I want to leave a little bit of legacy behind, but I'm not getting punched in the face for free.
Yeah,
you know? I want to get a pound note for it. So and if I can get as much money as I possibly can, because remember this, you can lose your life in there.
That's true.
I want to set my kids up. I want to set my, I got 3 boys. And I want when I retire, I want to be setting my kids up for something, because life's only getting harder. It ain't getting easier.
But George, you must admit, you want that Bugatti as well, don't you?
Oh, listen, of course. But could my body keep withstanding that? Listen, my last fight, it's been voted. Me and Manzo Smith, we stood there for 10 rounds, and I'm sorry to swear on this. We punched the shit out of each other. We both look like we got hit by buses.
Green Street style,
right?
Yeah.
Right, and this fight could have been done in a telephone box. It was that we stood there and traded it.
Wow.
But it was, and everyone was like, "That's one of the best fights I've seen since Gatty." And it was like, it was, and to be getting people saying things like that, it's a compliment, you know. But at the same time, as they're saying it, I'm going, "You're absolutely talking shit," because there's nothing like their fights.
But George, where does Pacquiao? Where does he go from here? You know, obviously he's the big favourite for this fight. I mean, let's not kid ourselves.
Listen, where would he go? He won't go nowhere.
I mean, he's got people like Crawford. You know, there's been talk about Crawford.
Yeah, I know, but he's got to forget about them fights for the moment, because he's got to get past this opponent. Because if he loses, he's a bum. If he loses, he's a bum. If he wins, he was meant to win. So he's in no win. He's in a lose-lose situation where his opponent is in a win-win situation. He's going to get very wealthy. He's going to get very wealthy, and if he wins, it weren't meant to happen. But you know, he's won. But if he loses, it was meant to happen.
It'd be like Go and Pester.
I just think Pacquiao should just take the easy 10 million and chill out, really, because I don't know what else is he there to prove, unless he's just trying to jump up another division and make another statement. I don't know.
But you know what, Pester? You know, one thing I keep scratching my head over is he keeps saying that he won that fight against Mayweather. Please explain.
Oh, never.
He didn't. He's delusional.
Listen, boxing is about hitting and not getting hit.
And don't get, yes, exactly. And that's what you saw there. That's what you saw.
Yeah, if it went on throwing punches, then he wins the fight every day of the week. But it's alright, if you throw 10 punches and don't land 10 punches, and I throw 2 and land 2, I win the fight. Surely.
Exactly. And the first thing he started talking about towards the end was about his shoulder. He's always make excuses.
That's when you lose. That's when you lose your respect for a boxer.
Yeah.
So I've lost fights in the past, right? I can sit here and make an excuse for it, but listen, I didn't do things right, and I got beat because myself. That's it.
Yeah.
But I got beat.
We've got 2 boxers on the panel. But we've got 2 boxers on the panel, right? Now, this is obviously digressing away from the subject, but do you think Kell Brook was right to take a knee during his fight against Errol Spence?
There's a yes and a no.
Yeah, go on, you go first.
Because, and the fighters, listen, he's jumped up 2 weights to fight him, and personally, how did he get that fight? There's other people in that division that have been in that division a long time that deserve to fight him. Money talks.
Yeah.
So, but it was never in that. Look, Kell Brook is a class fighter, world class at welterweight. Yeah. He's not world class at middleweight.
I'm going to be honest, George. I'm going to miss him saying, "I'm the champ, baby." I'm going to miss him.
But
with Kell Brook, man, it's that Kell Brook has got balls. He's got heart.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's got heart. He's a warrior. He even went down like a warrior on that knee.
Yeah, you know what? For him to stand, even we go to Golovkin. For him to jump up, no one was there to fight Golovkin. He just said, yeah, You know what I mean? That's insane. If you get what I'm saying, to jump up 2 weights, that's for one. And 2, this fight, I think he was actually doing well against
he was.
He was doing absolutely well, and I was thinking, you know what, the belts are staying in England. And actually, you know, to go down, we need to remember there's something you said earlier, George, regarding health, our boxers' health. And we need to remember that, like, though we fight for the fans, also what we live on. And you look at things like what's his name, Watson, and other casualties that's happened in the ring. That knee, I don't know if how many punches he was away from losing that eye. Because he could have had one eye, and we all applauding him. You're a warrior, pat on the back. But yes,
but he's lost an eye. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
You know what I mean? So it's very yes or no. I've seen some interviews, you know, I've seen like the Eubanks and other people, you know, cuss and say about you don't go down. Alright, sometimes as fighters, when our heart's so much in it, we don't use our brain and we just got our heart on the line.
Exactly.
We just pushing.
No, you're bang on 100%.
You know, pushing on. But what happened at that time? His brain kicked in and probably thought, "Listen, my other eye socket went, and this is the next one."
Remember this though. Sorry to interrupt you. If you remember, if you watch it back properly, he didn't actually quit. He didn't quit. His trainer quit it. His trainer kept running up and throwing the towel, and then that's when he got stopped. Otherwise, Kell Brook would have carried on.
He would have carried on. The thing is, the way he took that knee was a bit like, you know, like if a soldier put his sword into the ground, like it was like that.
It was like he was acknowledging, this man is good, this man is too good for me. I salute you. Yeah, you're 100%.
And Spence was coming on. He smelt the blood. He was definitely coming for the kill, and we don't know what could have happened to that eye, man. So at the end of the day, he got paid very well.
Yeah,
he still lives on to enjoy that money and good health. But sometimes I've noticed a lot of maybe fans and other boxers, we forget how hard it is to step in.
100%.
We forget how, you know, the build up. You know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then sometimes you're in the ring, it can go all out of the window. Sometimes we forget the respect. You know, sometimes you have a spar with someone or a big fight, and then you've got a new respect. We forget to respect every single fighter that steps and entertains us. Why don't we? I
don't know about you, but you know, when I felt so good in the gym, and even on the night in the change room, I feel so good, and then I get in the ring and even though I win, I perform so poor.
I know that one. Yeah.
And it's the body saying no, isn't it? I'm tired, or I don't know, the camp's too long.
When I'm in the gym and I felt shit. I get in the change room thinking I ain't ready for this, and I go and perform like never before, and you think I felt like shit, and I've just produced that. Like, it's mad how the body works.
It is. Well, I just think that we need to give. We're too quick to discredit people. We're too quick to discredit fighters.
Well said.
I don't know if it's just like we want everyone.
Human nature, innit?
Yeah.
Human nature.
Especially in this day and age now. It's like, do we want everyone to be Mayweathers, or because someone's got a blip, or we don't credit him, we just want that person and this. Do you understand what I mean? We're just so
a million %. But I think now though, the more you become successful, the more people hate you. They like I remember watching a thing with Mayweather, and when he was over here, he said, "Let me tell you something. There's more people that pay to." This is not Mayweather. This was Chris Eubank Senior. Because I remember I signed a contract with Barry and Eddie, and I signed the same contract as Eubank. And Eubank said to me, "There's more people paying to see me get beat than to see me win."
Wow.
But you said, the difference is they're making me a millionaire. I remember Barry Earns said to me one day, he went to me, when he was in his office in Brentwood, he went to me, "What are you, George?" And listen, I was 21 at the time, and I went, I even stand silly saying it now, I went, "I'm a boxer, aren't I?" He went, and he just looked at me as if I wasn't even there. He went, "Let me tell you this, Mr. Hilliard." He went, "If you think you're a boxer," he went, "you won't go very far in this sport." And his exact words were, he went, "You're a product."
product.
He
Yeah.
went,
It's a business. Yeah.
Exactly. Now get out my office and go and sell your fucking self. That's his exact words.
Wow.
Right?
The big boss man. But
Yeah,
Pascal.
he went, it's not football.
Yeah.
It's not like football. If you get beat, 20,000 people come and support you still.
Yeah. I
In
understand that.
boxing, if you get beat, 20,000 goes down to 10,000.
Yeah. It's uphill, isn't it? It's uphill.
Yeah.
Again.
The hardest sport.
True. But just getting back to Manny Pacquiao. Now, Pascal, if Pacquiao wins, do you see him taking on Errol Spence or Keith Thurman in a unification?
Do you know what was interesting, Frankie B? Is I saw Bradley Skeet was to fight Pacquiao, you know?
Bradley Skeet,
that-
okay.
I guarantee you that will happen.
And I would love for that fight to happen, George, because, you know, if Manny Pacquiao is traveling the world and going to Australia, it would be good for him to come to England. And I certainly would take the Eurostar and come and watch him because, you know, it'll be a very good, you know, it's his last hurrah, you know, and Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to be in big fights anymore. I mean, not dangerous fights. He wants to be able to bow down, you know, gracefully. And why not come to England, come to Europe and fight in a European city like London? You know, I mean, I like Manny Pacquiao. He's a very entertaining fighter. He's given us some very good fights. And it would be very good if the British public would have the opportunity to see him fight here in England against Bradley Skeet, who's been calling him out, you know. And Bradley, you know, he's a good fighter. And why not? You know, he's certainly fighting Pacquiao at the end of his career. And anything can happen in boxing, as you know, George. So why not fight Bradley?
Can I ask the panel here? Do you think nowadays that your talent means nothing? That people are getting themselves in positions by shutting their mouth off over social media.
Yeah.
And they're building something up to being completely nothing, but they've got themselves in a position just by shutting their mouth off.
But it gets them the payday.
Yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
is this good for the sport?
It's not. I don't.
This is why I think MMA is slowly taking over, because they don't care about records.
Yeah.
Remember this, records are for DJs, right? Right? Boxing, it doesn't matter if you've got 20 fights and won 10, lost 10. The best should fight the best, right?
I agree.
Everyone should, you know, because he's got 4 losses on his record, he's not that good. But yeah, have you seen who he's been beaten by though? He's been beaten by good fighters.
Yeah.
No? But people all care about, because he ain't, you know. But no, I'm not slagging off Mayweather here, don't get wrong.
Exactly what I was going to say. I know
He has boxed some great fighters, right?
Yeah.
But he's never ever boxed a fighter in their prime.
Arturo Gatti?
What about Corrales?
Arturo Gatti was in his prime, wasn't he?
No, mate, no.
Let's go back. Corrales.
Listen,
All right.
Arturo Gatti is just...
What about Ricky Hatton? He was in his...
He was in his prime.
No,
He was in his prime
Gatti
at
was
the
never
time.
in his prime. Never.
No?
Ever.
He
At that
went
time-
in his prime. He took his undefeated record. He was.
No. He just...
Ricky Hatton was undefeated when he fought Mayweather.
Yeah, but he was just on the decrease then. Doing cocaine, doing everything. I mean, he split with... Who did he split with? His trainer. That's the worst thing he ever did.
I think coming up, Mayweather went after every champion. Coming up from featherweight, from Diego Corrales, jumping up to all the way up to work when he took Zab Judah, then went to that's Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo in his prime. You get what I'm saying?
Vladimir.
Do anyone think that he would have beat Costa Zoo?
Yes, of course, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't think he would have.
He just always found a way. That's all I can look at.
Yeah, you're well said again. Well said. Because that's what made him a champion and how good he is. Listen, I'm not discrediting him by any means, but he was a fighter that was allowed to pick fighters when he was in a position to pick fighters.
But
when
I think that in the come up at the beginning, I don't think he was pick. He just put them in front of them and he was.
I agree.
He was top ranks product, wasn't he?
John, you know, George, for me, Mayweather only could start picking up fighters after he fought Oscar De La Hoya. After that, he became the big money superstar and he started to dictate who he was going to fight. But before that,
that's when it became money.
Yeah, that's when it became money. Because before that, he was the pretty boy. But then the money man is after De La Hoya, you know, who gave him the golden boy, you know, who said, well, now it's your turn. But, you know, Canelo was on the come up. He was a good fighter when Floyd fighting, you know.
In his prime.
Canelo was in his prime.
To be fair.
Yeah.
We need to talk about last weekend's Matchroom show in the Northeast, where we saw PBK, aka Josh Kelly, impress with a swaggerific victory, demolition job over Tom Whitfield. Now, Pascal. PBK is so swaggerific, mate.
Shades of Roy Jones Jr.
The boy's a diamond, mate.
The hooks those hooks were superb. It reminded me of Roy Jones, you know, so quick.
Captain Hook, yeah.
So confident as well, very confident. Hands were very low. You know, you can't touch me. I'm going to knock you out, my friend. It's only a matter of time. Oh yeah, I can see it. Boom. You know,
and that's another one with the Chris Brown moves, mate.
Yeah, you can tell that he's very good at dancing. You know, he spends a lot of time in the dance floor because he's very good movement. You know, and he's also known as the pretty boy. So, you know, which means it's very difficult to hit him. So he's got a very good reflex, very good defense. And I'm looking forward to see him in more fights, you know. But certainly Josh Kelly he has impressed me very, very much last week, Saturday. It was an emphatic victory and a very, very good way to start building his fan base. You know, and as long as he trains hard and as long as he can put performances like this, you know, I mean, the sky's the limit for Mr. Kelly, you know. There's so much going on. We just want to make sure that he doesn't behave like R. Kelly and leaves the...
He's definitely one for the future, that's for sure.
100, man. Those moves, I love that type of boxing, and it's just like, it was beautiful, it was art, it was just like, wow.
Majestic, yeah. You think we're seeing like the modern day Nassim reborn?
Nassim was one of a kind, man. I don't know if you can reborn Nassim, but definitely he's up there in his own kind of way. Yeah. And he's definitely going to be one to watch, where people will be trying to like kind of copy his style and look up to and influence all the young generation.
I think he needs to play 50 Cent when he gets to his next fight. I know you like my style, But definitely Pesta, I can see him being fast tracked to world level quite quickly. I mean, the boy definitely got talent.
Yeah.
George, what do you think of his style with his hands down? Do you think against elite fighters that he can't afford to do such things?
No, I think, you know what, it's just some boxers, when you tell them to put their hands up, they will get hit constantly. Mm-hmm. But when they put their hands down
and relax,
they can't get hit. Yeah, it's mad how it works. But I remember watching Earl Graham and Errol Christie in our gym in St Pancras.
R.I.P. Errol Christie.
Even though he was 30, 39, 30, 40, seeing him train some clients, and you sit there and you think, wow, this guy's, you know, so talented. But when he put his hands up, he couldn't hit all the time. But when he had his hands down, he was so fluent and, you know, so quick off the mark. It was a pleasure to watch. So whatever work. Remember this: we're all individuals. Whatever worked for you, work with it. Don't change it.
But George, you've got to learn the fundamentals before you can do that. Is that right?
Oh, you know? million percent. Yeah. But some people do learn that fundamentals. You know, hands up tight. But sometimes it doesn't work. So this is what comes into good trainers. You know, like Brendan Ingalls. If you go down to their gym, they will work with fighters. How they will work with their talent. Yeah. There's no
Adam Booth's very good at that as well.
Adam Booth is. Yeah, I was speaking to him the other night about it. He is.
Yep.
But the Brendan Ingalls is you got to work with because everyone's different. You can't try and make someone fight. If I'm a personal trainer, if I'm a trainer, I can't make all my boxers fight the same way. Because if one gets beat, they're pretty much all going to get beat. Yeah,
that's it. The
so
domino effect.
That's it. You've got to work with that boxer, work with that boxer's style. Yeah, make that boxer even a better boxer than what he already is. You know,
agree. Building on someone's style that they already got, and just making it better. I used to have that thing with the amateurs. You know, the amateurs. You know, you train to keep hands nice and high.
Yeah.
You know, me, I have that flamboyant style kind of thing, and
yeah.
You know, I saw that with Frotch. You know, he's when he turned pro and had his type of style, it just worked for him. He was free.
Do you think we're going to see? You think we're going to see a boxer dabbing during the fight soon?
2nd of September.
2nd of September, yeah. All right, George. I'll be looking out for that.
Is that sold enough tickets yet?
We're going to put that out there.
Yeah. Did you see who you're dabbing?
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Now it's interview time. Ahead of Matchroom's card entitled Summertime Brawl this weekend, Pep Talk UK caught up with boxers who will feature on the bill at London's O2 Arena. First up is Pep Talk boy Shaz and Pep Talk girl Angela Hebden, who spoke with the British light heavyweight champion Frank Buglioni, who defends his title against the challenger Ricky Summers.
Pep Talk UK are out in force today. Joining Shaz Smack is Miss
Angela Hebden,
and we're co-interviewing a guy that we've both got a lot of time for. It's Mr. Frank Buglioni. How you doing, Frank?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Shaz.
Frank, big one coming up, 1st of July. You're already a British champ. Run it down for us. What's happening 1st of July?
So I'll be headlining the O2 for Matchroom, making my debut as their home fighter. Obviously I fought Jose Burton, but I was the away fighter. So now I'm headlining in London, my hometown. I'm the home fighter and defending my title. So I'm excited.
Pep Talk boys were out in Manchester on the Chisora white Chisora undercard. You come on, and I'll be honest, you made us feel a bit hot under the collar, and it was a bit of a tear-up, and it was close, and you come away with the belt.
Yeah, it was a great fight, and it was one that I always knew was going to be quite tough, because again, he was a champion, his home turf, he'd had all the experience. I'd been out of the ring for a little while with my first major fight at light heavyweight, so I was up against it, but I had faith in myself, I had faith in my team, and we went and got it done.
A question I've always wanted to ask you, and having experienced it in Manchester, all them hundreds of miles away from London, how have you got such a massive and vocal following?
I think I've got my my close friends and my family to thank for that. My brother Peter, especially, he's put the work in to kind of really bring people in, and everyone's made to feel welcome. So everyone has a great time. No one feels alienated or left out, and I think that's kind of what draws people to it. So when they have a great night, they come back and then tell their friends about it. More and more people come. So I'm very fortunate to have good people around me.
Can I just add to that? And also because Frank isn't one of these that just hypes himself. The proof is in the pudding with Frank, and he's genuinely one of the nicest guys around. And you know that I mean that. You train with him, when you see him training, and he's 100% committed to everything that he does. You know, and his self-discipline is incredible. You know, and I think people just buy into that. He is just a genuinely humble, nice guy, and he's a fantastic boxer.
Now, you're both in Punch London gym. You're both trained by Mr. Don Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What's it like to be trained by someone like Don Charles? Is he more of a mate type figure? Is he more of a father figure? Or is he like, go get him? Is it technical? Is it hard work? What's it like?
I think because
without giving away any secrets.
No, because of his experience, he's got a larger than life personality. I would certainly look at him as more like a father figure, because he takes on a lot of responsibilities. He tries to shield you away from any negativity, and obviously just the way he trains is perfectly. And I think
very passionate about what he does.
Yeah.
And he's not like a lot of trainers where they'll train 3-4 fighters at the same time.
Yeah.
Every fighter is one-on-one. It's one-on-one, and no one else gets your attention, even down to when you first start training and you're in the ring just shadow boxing. He's sitting there watching you 100%. Don't even talk to him. He's monitoring what you're doing in the ring, you know, so he gives you that time.
Pep Talk are going to be out in force. We're going to be there at the O2 on the 1st of July. We're all going to have, I'm going to have Angela right next to me. We're going to be out there in force 1st of July, making a noise. Where's that belt heading that night?
It's staying exactly where it is, staying in London. Ricky Summers, I respect him. He's a good fighter. He hasn't put a foot wrong yet. He's undefeated, but he's also untested. He hasn't stepped up and fought anyone at my experience, at my level. And to be honest with you, the boxing world, aside from my gym and my close teammates and my sparring partners, they don't really know or haven't seen the best of me yet. And I think Ricky Summers is in for a big shot, and so the boxing public.
See, Frank won't say it because he's too nice sometimes, but I will say it. That guy at the press conference, he's nervous as hell. He knows this is the biggest test to come, and you know, he knows that belt's only going one way, and Frank's keeping it.
Well, I'm going to say one thing for the record. Frank, I've got a lot of respect for you as a boxer. I've followed you up to Manchester. I've seen you in action. The Pep Talk lady spoken, Angela, backing you. I'm backing you. The boys are backing you. Go keep that belt.
Thanks very much. No, I intend to.
Cheers, Frank. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaz, and thank you, Angela Hebden. Right, now it's time to hear from the new Matchroom signing that will make his pro debut. It's the exciting Joshua Buasti.
Pep Talk UK are joined by a young lad who I've previously interviewed in and around Glovkin Brook. He'd just come back from the Olympics then. The pride of Britain, Mr. Joshua Buasti. How you doing, Josh?
I'm good, man. Thank you very much. I'm blessed, feeling blessed to be in this position, and it's time to capitalise on it.
A lot of people excited by you making your debut. As a boxing fan, I'm going to be there Saturday night screaming like a girl because I am excited that you're going to be in a ring and I get to see you fight in the flesh.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad there's excitement. I think people are expecting something explosive, like from the Olympics, you know, where there's 3 rounds and the moment the bell goes, the aim is to get to the other person. But, you know, I'm doing a 6-rounder. I'm still going to be out there, still going to be explosive. The will to win is in me, so that will come out and that will be on display.
I see a t-shirt that you're wearing today. It's got flags on it. It's got the British flag on one side, the Ghana flag on the other side.
Yeah.
Roots-wise, how much of a Ghana supporter are you?
I was born in Ghana, grew up in Ghana, came to this country when I was 9. Some experiences that I've had from Ghana has made me the person that I am, and ultimately the fighter that I am. So for me, it's something that I feel I cannot ignore. So, and the symbol here is a symbol from Ghana as well, which means God only, and it means only God as well. There's many translations and many interpretations of it, but what it basically means is that only God. So for me, this is vital to be there to show that I feel none of this would happen without God, and God is the only reason why I'm possibly in this position. So I'm grateful for it, man.
Now, you know my fellow Pep Talk boy Frankie's from Ghana.
Oh, yeah?
So they've been getting pictures all day from me, so he's going to be happy.
Yeah.
We're going to be there Saturday. We're going to be cheering you on, shouting you out. We're excited and we wish you the best of professional careers ahead.
Really appreciate that, man.
Nice one, Josh.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Right, also in the building is a man making his long-awaited return. It's the destroyer, Conor Benn.
Pep Talk UK are joined by a guy who I saw before he made his debut, who I watched making his debut. I've seen him fight every time. I've been missing him because he's been out for a while, and he's back. It's none other than the destroyer, Mr. Conor Benn. How you doing?
No, I'm good, mate. I couldn't be in a better place.
Fight ready?
I'm more than fight ready. Physically, mentally, emotionally ready.
I follow you. I stalk you on social media. You're looking in great shape. You're looking fast. You're looking focused. Even in the off season when you weren't training with the injury, you looked like you were working at different things. What can we expect with the return of Conor Nigel Benn?
Just taking my time, which is something I've never done before. never ever done before. It's always 6 gear. I'm going to go through my first gear, I'm going to go through my second, my third. When I feel like going into 6 gear, I'll go into 6. When I feel like going back down to first, I'll go down to first. It's in my fight, most of my fights, I've sat there and I thought, I wonder if this is boring. I hope they're enjoying it. And you have them thoughts, and that's how much I care about what the public think. Whereas now I'm going to go in there, take my time, and actually show boxing ability. I've said this for a few fights. Some fights I've shown boxing ability, some fights I haven't. I think I'm fighting an undefeated fighter, so be good.
Off boxing, I want to ask about something quite dear to your heart. Yeah. Possibly your best friend. Yeah. A little grey dog that I saw called Levi, is it?
That's it. Listen, that he's I don't know how to, he's the love of my life. I bought him on impulse when I was going through a hard time, and bought him on impulse, and little did I know it'd be much responsibility, and everything I've got to do, I've got to base around him. It's just he come at the right time. He was giving me lots of loving, hugs and everything. So it was nice having him.
You need a T-shirt for him that says Team Benn.
I know. I'm not going to get him a T-shirt. I'm going to get a Team Benn T-shirt with his face printed on it.
Well, Saturday night, fight night, Pep Talk are going to be there, shouting you out. Yep. Go do the business.
I will do. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. You have a good one.
Thank you.
Right, now it's time to hear from Isaac Chamberlain, who talks about his fight with Ryan Crawford and his recent altercation with Lawrence Okoli.
Pep Talk UK joined once again by a friend of the show, Mr. Isaac Chamberlain. How are you doing, Isaac?
Yes, I'm very good. How are you?
I'm always well. You're back out Saturday night.
Yeah, finally.
And that's it. We're all behind you, mate.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate all the support, Just ready to perform now, all the hard work and training is done. Lots of blood, sweat and tears, so now it's just about showing my class on Saturday night.
You had a good presser today. Before that, yesterday, you had a good little workout. The boys caught you, were watching, you were saying how sharp you looked in your workout. Mm-hmm. How ready are you for Saturday night?
Oh yeah, I'm very calm. I'm in a good place. I'm very, chilled out, relaxed, ready to go. All I'm doing is focusing on the task in hand, focusing on right now, on the opponent and how I'm going to win, trying to win in great fashion as well. So just looking forward to it.
Now, there was a bit of a distraction at the workout yesterday. A certain Mr. Lawrence Okoli. What happened?
Basically, this is what I mean about this fake stuff. You see me I came downstairs, saw me in the changing room, didn't say nothing. But then when I'm speaking with Eddie, because there's cameras, he wants to try to act up. And he's all acting up. He comes in and he goes, Chamberlain, so Eddie, when are you going to let me fight Chamberlain? Blah, blah, blah. And then, you can see in his approach, hesitant, nervous. It's not him. Don't act like something that you're not. Do you know what I mean? And then he was all like, listen, if you think Ross Henshaw and Wadi Camacho are on my level, you're mad. And I said, hold on, first of all, no one cares about you, no one's talking about you, you're just pissed that that I don't care about you. I'm aiming upwards. Do you know what I mean? I ain't looking to look below me. And then, he tried to get some more confidence as I was sitting down, so I stood up, obviously. So obviously he changed his tone after that. Then he started moving crazy. Then obviously everyone jumped in, whatever. But I wanted to look at. I didn't want to. They were holding me back like I was in a fight. But no, it was just I just wanted to see if he's look into his eyes to see if he's really about it. Do you know what I mean? But I saw what I needed to see anyway. So.
Business in hand, you've got a trainer I've got a lot of time and a lot of respect for. Tell us about the man himself.
Oh, Ted Bammy. He's a guy full of surprises. You know, you never know what you can expect of him. You know, one day in the gym he's different. Every day in the gym he's different, basically. You know, but he's a very good trainer, a very smart trainer. You know, he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's very experienced.
He's a man I'd like to have in my corner.
Yeah, he's been through everything, you know.
Nice one, Isaac. Thank you very much. You take care. Good luck fight night.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Finally, let's hear from a man that's looking to rock and roll. It's the light heavyweight Jake Paul, who takes on the Argentinian Carlos Mena.
Pep Talk UK are joined once again. Goes by the name of the Blade. It's Mr. Jake Paul. How you doing?
Oh, good, Shaz, mate. Oh, good, mate. You good?
Do you like the intros?
It's very good, honestly. Very, very good.
Jake, I reckon, do you know with the number of fights you're going to have in your career, I'm going to have collages of every time I've interviewed you. And so, if you've had like 40 fights at the end of your career, I'd have had like 40 interviews.
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good.
It's alright.
The amount of interviews you have with me, I think you should buy in shares. Team Bull.
Well, I do. I get all my tickets for all your fights at Team Bull. So I reckon all we're missing now is a Pep Talk T-shirt. We'll have you in one soon. We'll have you in one soon. So Jake, 1st of July, how's training been? How's camp been?
Everything's going good. Everything's going perfect. Training hard. I'm focused on 1st of July. Just looking forward to putting on a good show.
You've had some good sparring again this camp. You've been in with Danny, you've been in with Umar, you've done alright.
Yeah, I've had some good sparring this camp, yes, some good top level sparring, so it's good. It prepares me obviously great for the night, so I'm looking forward to it.
Now, 2017, by the end of it, where do you want to be?
Well, it's got to be title fights. After this fight, we'll get July 1st out of the way. Then after the first fight back from there is we're looking for some sort of title fight. So end of 2017, Jake Paul will be a champion of some sorts.
Off topic, I know you're a gooner.
Yeah.
Wenger in or out?
No, but see, I think everyone's voting Wenger out. I think for what he's done, I think he's done a great job. Listen, he signed a new 2-year deal, I think. So fair play to him. Listen there.
Well, I've seen the crowds, I've seen the support. Give a shout out with your Insta and your Twitter handles.
Yeah. Well, Insta and Twitter is @1JakeBull. Then just Facebook Jake Bull. And then just want to give a shout out to all the sponsors: V Juice, Rads, Sala Limited, Meat Man, Box Fit, and New Body Supplements. Because obviously without all their support, they get me through the day-to-day life, so I can do what I love to do.
Jake, we'll be there on the 1st of July. Have a cracker. Go get that win.
Cheers, Shaz, mate. See you then.
Nice one, buddy.
No worries.
Cracking interviews. Thank you, Shaz. Summertime Brawl. Let's go.
I'm forever blowing in bubble.
Now it's football time. Got to focus on some of the biggest managerial news. And Pascal, that is Frank de Boer being the new Palace manager. They've gone foreign. Are they taking a bit of a risk here, or is it something that they're looking to do to move forward as a club in general?
Well, you know, if you remember, I mean, they took a risk with some Ardici. You know, that was a big risk.
Ardici,
you know, certainly after the English scandal, you know, he managed to find himself back at club level, and I felt that was a big risk for Crystal Palace. But you know, Sam is very good at keeping teams away from relegation. He's done really well, but you know, there certainly was no way for Sam to go. I think the ghost of the old English manager made his tenure very difficult at Crystal Palace, and he's lost a lot of credibility amongst the world of football in Britain. So I think it was a very good call from him to retire from the sport. But in terms of appointing Frank de Boer, I mean, the Dutch are very good technical footballers, and I think that Frank can actually bring something very different to Crystal Palace.
A bit of Barcelona to South London, yeah?
The kit is practically the Barcelona kit, with practically, if you look at it very quickly,
in reverse,
and Zaha has shades of Neymar, but he's not quite there yet. But I think for Crystal Palace, he certainly shows that they're quite an ambitious club. They want to bring in something different. They realize that they want to have an identity in their football, and Sam Allardyce is not the best in terms of showing the creating a brand of football that sells tickets or that is pleasing to the eye. You know, he's very much more of a practical manager that likes to defend and that likes to get you on the counter. But I think with Frank de Boer, certainly, you know, importing the Dutch brand of football, we've seen improvement in the quality of Crystal Palace. We will certainly see a lot more Dutch players in the Premier League. And look, you know, it's been a while since we had, you know, good Dutch players like the Robin van Persies and the Mark Overmars, you know, who set the Premiership alight. So I'm looking forward to Frank de Boer introducing a new brand of players to the Premiership. It'll be good to watch, but I think it's a very good appointment for Crystal Palace.
Maybe he'll bring total football to South London. Now, Pesta, speaking of Frank de Boer, do you think he can achieve something different rather than just keep Palace in the Premiership?
I think he'll take them to another level. I think that's a brilliant, beautiful signing. That's a legend, man. So I definitely think I think a lot of Dutch export will come through, and they've got fabulous talent over there, man. A lot of all depends if they're going to adapt to the Premiership. Remember that it is a different league, but there's always that one or two that just take the Premier League by storm. So it's exciting, man. You need it. You need a lot more. I think it's good because it ups the level. You know what I mean? It's like, look at this year. You got a lot of other teams and getting into the top end. It's like it's competitive, and that's exactly how a league should be.
Yeah. Unlike in Spain, where like Barcelona can win 8-0 one weekend.
Yeah, you've got two teams doing it. You know what I mean? And here, you know, you could get beaten by anyone. Anyone could beat anyone.
Yeah. We've got the best leagues in the world here, in my opinion.
But we do poor in Europe though. That's the thing. Yeah, we do really poor in Europe.
Yeah, I would, because you look in other leagues, it's only like two teams that pretty much are guaranteed to win it. Over here, now, especially the last couple of seasons.
What about Scotland? One team.
Scotland is. You can't even. No disrespect, you can't even count them in it, can you? But what I think about the football nowadays, though, is the managers don't get time to gel a team together.
Yeah. Build a philosophy of football.
If you haven't won your first 10 games, you're getting sacked. It's like,
that's good.
Unless you're Arsene Wenger.
Yes, alright. Okay.
Well, I still think he is the best. He's the best. The way he plays, he's the best. All he's missing is he's missing a striker, a finishing touch. They get in front of goal. And it's like, oh, are we meant to shoot a goal now? Are we meant to do something here?
I just think Wembley's got too much faith in those players. He's got too much faith in the players he's got. Gives them a lot of chances.
Yeah.
You can't knock. You know, you don't get that these days. It's like, if you're not, you know, they buy a player for a certain amount. If he's not scoring, he's out of the team. But, you know, Wenger gives you a chance, so it's those players. They need to flip him buckle up. Really, I would say.
100%.
You don't get that nowhere else. He's going to give you that type of faith and build you. You know what I mean?
That's 100% right. But it's an exciting. Listen, I'm an ex-footballer myself, so it's developed so much. Like the football is so much faster in the Premiership now than it was, say 10 years ago. It was so much. It's so much quicker.
Faster, but like Mertesacker is like super slow. Like I find that confusing.
Yeah, but no. But I ain't got an answer for that one.
You can't defend him, man.
But it's you know what it's about? It's a bit of a Bobby Moore style.
But he's got positioning. He's got positioning.
Yeah, he reads the game so well.
But George, moving on to your team, West Ham. Now there's some rumours that you guys are willing to pay up to 50 million for Theo Walcott and Olivier Giroud from Arsenal. Can you guys pull this off?
The Gold's got the money to do it. Don't worry about that. You know, they've got the money to put there. But if we want to progress into Champions League, or not Champions League, European, then we need players. We do need players like that. Theo Walcott, I think he will, because he will shine in a team like West Ham.
West Ham, he would.
You're right.
But you know what'll happen is we'll make him shine, and then the following season we'll sell him.
Yeah, like Payet. I just woke up one morning and I saw the headline, I'm not happy. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, he left pretty quickly, mate.
And what a player, you know what I mean? What a player. I went and watched him live, and seeing him touch, like, remember, I was a professional, I was a player myself, and I quit that to be a boxer. So, but to watch the football he did, I wasn't very skillful. I was more of a Roy Keane style.
Okay.
But to watch him do things, you sit there and think, you're so talented, you're so gifted.
So you were kind of like Roy Keane. What he did to do you remember what he did to Vieira in the tunnel?
Yes, that would have been.
Don't pick on my boy. I'll see you out there.
Yeah. But the reason my last, I played for Southend against Plymouth, and I got taken out, and I had a good challenge. I went 1-0 to you. Well, the second he got the ball, I took the ball clean, but I also took him clean, and it all kicked off a little bit, and so I ended up punching him in the face, and then I got sent off. And
then you decided to be a boxer after punching him.
Yeah, this is what happened. I got sent off. I went back into the changing room. I walked into the Plymouth changing room.
Then you called Barry Hearn and you're like, look, it's time to be a boxer.
Exactly what happened. I grabbed all Plymouth suits, what were hanging up, and I threw them in the showers and left the showers running. So I was never invited back to Southend after that.
Pascal, Walcott and Giroud, if they were to go to West Ham, would you be happy to see them go?
Well, it'll be a sad moment because Walcott has been at Arsenal for a very, very long time. Almost 20 years. Sorry, maybe less than that.
11 or 12 years, I think. 11 years.
Oh yeah, sorry. He came at the age of 16. Was he was 17? He was very young, and he's never quite achieved his potential. And
he came without a beard as well.
He came without a beard. He's going to live with one, but it will be a sad moment because I believe that he could have been a better player in another team. I don't believe that Arsenal really, nurtured his talents because he was very promising.
Yes. I think Arsenal gave him the chance to be a better player, man. Like, I think they've given him chances to even shine. So I don't know for a player another team.
But he hasn't took him.
But John, if you had Walcott with Alex Ferguson, he will have become an Andy Cole type of striker. In my opinion, he will become much more ruthless in front of goal. And Fergie will have given him, a different approach, a more aggressive approach to scoring goals. And I think that Wenger was a bit too patient with him and didn't really give him the, direction that Ferguson would have given him, in my opinion.
Okay, only thing I would think is that with Fergie, you know what I mean? Like you're getting dropped if you're not playing.
But do you not think the players need that kind of?
I agree.
They need it, man.
Yes, of course.
The manager's saying, listen here, I'm the boss here. You're not telling me what to do. I'm telling you what to do. Wow.
It's like what Fergie done to Beckham. Look, one argument gone. Van Nistelrooy. These were top players, and you just got rid of them.
And Van Nistelrooy swore at him, and Van Nistelrooy was gone quickly after that. I remember
he was too quick, and he was a flipping after Henry, him and Henry, I used to just be like, you know what, they're just the two best strikers at that prime, man.
But you know what, Pesta though, as an Arsenal fan, I used to hate Van Nistelrooy. I just hated him.
I hated him, but I still knew he was good. But I hated him because he just ruined the party. He ruined the party.
Special talent he was, mate.
So in summary, Pesta, do you think Arsenal should sell Walcott? Is it time for him to go?
Yes. To West Ham, yes.
He's part of the furniture. Like he's been there since young. So there's that kind of love that you're ours. You was born with us.
Arsene Wenger, he taught him how to shave.
No, he wasn't, was he? Remember this? He wasn't born. He wasn't. He was at Southampton first.
Yeah, but still, you're one of us. You know what I mean? Like, you're one of us.
And what you forget, George, is Wenger showed him how to shave as well. He grew a beard at Arsenal.
Well, I can remember him having that little goatee, you know, the three straws of it at the bottom of his chin.
That was just a black marker, mate. Yeah, but so Pest, in conclusion, you think it's time for him to kick?
Oh man, that's a hard one. Not yet.
Yeah.
Nah, not yet. Give him a year or two. Not yet, man.
Okay, fair play. Well, guys, we're gonna.
Can I ask you this then? Do you think Arsenal wingers should go then?
Mate, I don't think you would ask me that question, mate.
It's just there's no respect. The players have kind of lost the respect for him.
He's there for 2 more years, mate, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, you know, I'm just like, okay, let me just chill and let him get on with his job, you know. Alright, guys, to conclude, we're going to talk about Man United. They're potentially closing in on a 35 million deal for Nemanja Matic from Chelsea. Pascal, likely or unlikely? Would Chelsea sell to their rivals?
I believe that if that were the case, Conte has identified some players that could replace Matic. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Matic, and I can certainly see him going to Manchester United. I'm very worried for Manchester United, fans, because he's as if that, they're Chelsea in disguise,
more defensive players. More defensive players.
More defensive players, and and Manchester United brand of football has always been, attack is how they play, so, the fans will certainly not be pleased to buy that kind of player, and they're looking for more creative players. They want, players like Verratti, players like that, that can create chances, that can attack. But Mourinho seems to be taking, safety first. He's probably the kind of guy, that when he's with a woman, he makes sure that she's on the pill, the morning after pill, and condoms. There's too much. There's too much defense, frankly. There's too much defense,
Oh, that's done me, that. That's funny. Oh, I'm used to that one. I'm picking that one.
Safety first, yeah? Safety first, mate.
Don't just strap up, we'll take a pill.
we need to tweet that out, that's for sure. We need to tweet that. do a collage, mate,
Yes, of course. I mean, so to answer the question for Kibi, I don't think that Manchester United fans, if you ask them on the street tomorrow, they would be pleased with that acquisition. They were actually, a couple of weeks ago, they were actually pleased to hear that Ronaldo was coming back, because they want that flair, they want that attacking player, they want the goals. They want to be linked to to Gareth Bale, they want to be linked to Neymar, they want to be linked with very, very big players that can score 20, 30 goals a season. I mean, last season,
Aubameyang.
Absolutely, these are kind of players that Manchester United fans are, want to see at the club, not defensive midfielders like Matic. It's too much. It's too much defense.
Pesta, are we in terms of Mourinho? Are we seeing the modern day George Graham return? Defensive football, 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 2 holding players in midfield.
I think Mourinho as a manager, he does. He sets his team up exactly how you're saying it. That's exactly he sets his team up, and I know he's still got that bitterness of where Chelsea just sacked him, and he's just he's building Man United and next the rivals as an empire.
Anyway, guys, we could talk about this for hours, but we've got to wrap up. More transfer talk next week, but I'd like to thank Pesta, I'd like to thank George, I'd like to thank Pascal. Join us again next week for another Pep Talk UK podcast. Don't forget to please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all.